And it's time to check in with Sports Now. Meg Storm's joining us, and we start with Team Canada looking for the third straight win at Rexall Place.
They were definitely the favorites as well. Heading into this match against Denmark, the Danes have been outscored 18-3 in 2 games, while Canada has scored 13 and allowed just 1 goal. Mark Byzantine back in net following the shutout by Scott Wedgwood last night. Quick start for the Canadians. Great stretch pass from Scott Harrington for Quentin Howden, and he rifles it home 1-0. 2.5 minutes in, but the Canadians are forced to kill a penalty early on.
Jenner to the line, skips it up, now a race for it. And Connolly forces point back to his goal. Connolly shoots, scores!
Brett Connolly wins the race and scores a shorty to make it a 2-goal lead. We knew this would be a high-scoring affair. Skip ahead to the second. Freddie Hamilton with the tip off Harrington makes it 7-0 for the good guys. Denmark on the board. Up by 6. Emil Christensen with a nice tip, and he makes it 7-2. The Danes gave Canada a jolt with 2 back-to-back goals, but Canada gets into double digits on this short-handed goal by Brendan Gallagher. He gets his own rebound to seal it 10-2. The toughest battle for this Team Canada squad comes on New Year's Eve when they face the mighty United States, where the score should be much closer than this one. Darcy Seaton has more from Rexall.
Well, this morning, Canada head coach Don Hayes said that this game would be all about paying attention to details and staying away from bad habits. Despite a convincing victory over Denmark here tonight, Hay and his players are the first to admit that they got away from that game plan early in the third.
It's really hard to keep your focus for 60 minutes, but I thought we did a good job. We had a letdown in the start of the third period when they were able to score their 2 goals, but I thought we pushed back, and that was important to end on a strong note.
We knew on the bench that we had to get back to work. We started the third, and we were a little sluggish, and they took advantage of this. They didn't stop working for the whole game.
Canada's scoring came from 8 different players, including a goal and 3 assists from defenseman Scott Harrington, while Mark Stone scored a pair for his tournament-leading 6th.
When you're hot, you're hot. I think that kid passed hot about 4 exits ago.
We're just trying to stick to what we do best. I mean, cycling the puck, getting the puck down low and getting it to the net is the way we score goals, and we scored a lot that way tonight.
We gave up too many easy goals to Canada. I think that gave them a good start. We gave up too many easy goals, and that's something we have to work on.
We're obviously very excited about playing in a big game. It's a good situation for the program in Denmark. But of course, we're disappointed that we gave up 10 goals.
Canada goalkeeper Mark Byzantine allowed 2 goals on 26 shots. Don Hay was pleased with his play, and of course Canada's big test comes this Saturday when they face the U.S., and it's anyone's guess who will get the start in net. We'll know more tomorrow after Team Canada practices. It could be Byzantine, or it could be Scott Wedgwood, who is coming off that 5-0 shutout victory over the Czech Republic. Reporting from Rexall Place, Darcy Seaton, CTV Sports.
The Saddle Dome played host to the only other World Junior game tonight, where Russia crushed Latvia 14-0. Feels like the Oilers have been playing second fiddle to the World Juniors, but they put on quite the show tonight in Minnesota. Oilers with just 3 wins in their last 10, while the Wild have lost 8 straight. Ales Hemsky makes his return to the lineup after missing 2 games with a sinus infection. The Oilers wasted no time in St. Paul.
Everly. And he gets checked in the last second, scored out in front, and there is Taylor Hall on a great feed from Jordan Everly, and Taylor Hall makes it a 1-0 game.
Hall opens it up just a minute 24 in. Darcy Hordichuk was in the lineup tonight, playing his role as agitator with Brad Staubitz. We'll watch for Hordichuk later on, 6 minutes into the first, when Captain Mikko Koivu ties it up. Staubitz knows his role as well, redirecting Theo Peckham's hit perfectly. These teams have seen enough of each other this year. That ends the first. It only took 19 seconds for the Wild to take a 2-goal lead in the second, courtesy Jared Palmer and Pierre-Marc Bouchard. Now back to Hordichuk. It's not Staubitz he's after now, it's Edmonton native Matt Kassian, called up from the AHL just in time to play his hometown team. The Wild lead 4-2 going into the third. Puck barely drops before Hordichuk and Kassian have another go at it. Now just over 13 to play. Ryan Smith has Sean Horkoff with him. A nice drop pass into triple coverage, and Horkoff beats Nicholas Backstrom 4-3 wild. A Minnesota penalty late in the game gives the Oilers a 6-on-4 for a minute 23. The best chance comes here, but Jordan Everly can't handle the pass from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. The Oilers get close, but it's not enough. 4-3 the final as these teams meet for the last time this season. Most Oilers fans are probably wishing they'd seen a game with this much intensity between these two clubs before the final matchup. An exciting conclusion nonetheless. The Queen of the Moguls has been retired for almost a year, but the accolades keep rolling in. Today, Spruce Grove's Jen Heil was named the Female Athlete of the Year by the Canadian Press.
Very unexpected considering, I retired early 2011 and I really wasn't thinking about any of this at all and was just kind of, in the stage of reflecting over my career the last few months. And so to get this news, it's been a pretty beautiful bow on the package of, retiring and looking back on my ski career.
Heil is Canada's most successful freestyle skier and wrapped up her career earlier this year with a double gold sweep at the World Championships. She's working towards a commerce degree at McGill. After that, she plans to be involved in sport, but doesn't know what she'll do just yet.
Yeah, let's break some news here. You gonna have a comeback?
No comeback in sight.
Do you want to be a coach?
No, I don't see myself coaching. I mean, I love to coach my girls' camp here at Marmot Basin, and it's so much fun, to share what I've learned and, to empower these girls to go after it. But no, I don't see myself as a full-time coach.
Heil was on the hill at Marmot Basin in Jasper with her family today. That's where it all started for the Queen of the Moguls. And finally, the term bedlam on the pitch has a negative connotation when discussing soccer, but not when it comes to the Polar Cup. Indoor soccer teams from across the province of all ages have suited up for the Polar Cup Indoor Soccer Tournament. It's a 3-day event and there's no shortage of action.
How many teams, how many kids?
215 teams, multiply that by 20, that's how many kids. You do the math.
And how many games you got going on over these 3 days?
We have a lot of games, about 500.
The logistics are incredible. This is the 19th year for the tournament, and organizers want to make it even bigger.
It's one of the biggest. We're not sure officially, but that's what we aim to be, the biggest tournament in North America.
The finals start tomorrow morning. Games go all day at the East and South Side soccer centers.
Oh, the Polar Cup. I remember playing in that. That's a great tournament. It's a lot of fun.
Can't believe the amount of people.
Kudos to the organizers. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.